Welcome to Inovasi Hijau, which means green innovation. It is a TV show that I hosted many years ago in Bahasa Malaysia, and in this series, I'm going to change it into English by voicing over. Now, isn't this cool? Alright, I've created this using some waste and upcycled materials I found around the house, and check that out, it has some lightning. Okay, let's go ahead and make this. Materials needed are LED festive lights, some cotton wool which I salvaged from old pillows, water container 5 liters and 10 liters one, glue gun, a cutter, and some chains. Alright, for the steps, let's have the 5 liters and 10 liters water bottles, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut some holes and stick it together. So for this one, let me cut the top off because I'll be using the inside, the inner part of it as my project material, and I'll make a little hole behind as well. That's where I'm going to stuff in my festive lights later. It's very easy to cut, but be careful of the blade. Now let's take away this part and we have one part ready. Next, this particular step is optional. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just mark some points where I'm going to poke holes. You can just use a drill or just something sharp or even a solder iron to poke the holes. The reason is these particular holes are the one that I use to bind two of the bottles together later on. Alright, so once we have the holes, let's proceed to the bigger container, okay, and cut them out as well. So this one I've already cut. So what I'm going to do is I just align the holes that I made on both the containers and I just tie them up. I've just used cable tie to make my life easy. You can easily just use any string or any materials or even just gluing them together. I went a bit overboard by binding 4 parts instead. Well, with that done, I've just cut off the excessive so that all my stuff won't get stuck inside later on. Now, with the wool, what I'm going to do is I'm just fluffing them up a little bit. And the next step is just to stick all of them around the outside of the container. To stick the wool, we'll be using some glue, and I recommend to use hot glue gun. So squeeze a generous amount of hot glue on the outside of the container. Let's do it one part at a time. While the glue is still hot and sticky, we'll just apply the wool on it like this. So we do it one part at a time so that it's easy to control the temperature of the glue. As you know, hot glue gun is only effective when it's hot and it's still sticky, right? So one part at a time, and then slowly just add wool onto it until we have all of it covered. So of course I'm going to fast forward here because the process is exactly the same, but be careful of the hot glue gun. I actually accidentally burned myself a few times because I accidentally touched on the hot glue with my fingers when I'm pressing the wool down. Okay. Now it looks like a fluffy sheep. I'm just gonna patch up areas which I missed or those bald places so that the entire plastic part is covered with the wool. The last part, of course, not the last part, what we're gonna do on top here is to attach the chain. These chains are the one that we're gonna use to hang up our LED cloud. Okay, with both the chains up, Yeah, looks like it's balanced and we can hang it up like that. So the last part now is to put in these LED lights inside the container so that it will light it up and it will be a beautiful cloud. It's very simple. I just dump the whole thing inside. But of course, if you open up the LED wirings a little bit, you will get the lights be more consistent inside the LED cloud. So once it's done, hang it up, turn it on, and this is what you get. Of course, some of the LED lights you can change different modes. You can change the mode to see which one works best. Alright, hopefully you enjoy yourself and you can make this LED cloud as well from recycled items, and you can hang it at home. Alright, see you next time. Hopefully you enjoy the video and follow our other videos in this channel. See you next time.